It's incredible to me that this manga did not become a hit in the West yet, with over 1.5 million copies in circulation and being even recommended by the GOATs Eiichiro and Hideaki Anno. I'm talking about Akane Banashi. Akane Banashi is not a breath of fresh air, no. It's more like a tornado of fresh air. Its premise, characters, and pacing are not only unique, but revolutionary. These are the topics that we'll be talking in this video. If I can get even one person to read this masterpiece, I'll be damn satisfied, because this manga really opened my eyes to something very important, which I'll talk by the end of the video. So let's keep going, okay? As we need to talk about the premise of this manga, and don't worry friends, we won't get into the smallest of details, but you'll be able to understand everything. So topic 1, premise. The story goes like this. Growing up, Akane Ozaki admired her father and his rakugo. But wait, Mango, what is exactly rakugo? As always, great question, my beloved viewer. Rakugo is a traditional Japanese form of storytelling where a lone performer called rakugoka depicts a long, complicated, and usually funny story involving multiple characters, who are distinguished by changes in pitch, tone, slight turns of the head, and hand movements, all while sitting on a cushion on a stage. The performer, dressed in a kimono, uses minimal props, usually a fan and a cloth, to depict various characters and scenarios. The rakugoka tells a long, humorous story that often ends with a punchline or a clever twist. This art form relies heavily on the storyteller's ability to convey different characters through voice, facial expressions, and body language, engaging the audience with a blend of comedy and drama. Rakugo has been described as a sitcom with one person playing all the parts. In the world of rakugo, performers are typically ranked. The rankings not only indicate the skill and experience, but also reflect their commitment to preserving and advancing the art form. When Akane was a kid, her father and all the other applicants were expelled without any proper reason from the Arakawa school during the promotional test to obtain Rakugo's third and highest rank of Shin Uchi, and being expelled from a Rakugo school basically means that your career as a Rakugoka is over. That was a traumatizing experience to Akane, as she didn't understand the reason why her father was expelled. She was already interested in following the Rakugo path, but that lit a fire inside of our protagonist. 6 years later, Akane, who had been secretly receiving lessons from her father's former master, sets out to become a Shinuchi of the Arakawa school, to avenge her old man and prove that she could become one of the greatest Rakugokas. So wait, Mango, is this a manga about, acting? You bet it is, my friend. And how the author Yuki Suenaga portrays that is breathtaking. When the actors perform, is literally like a domain expansion straight out Jujutsu Kaisen. Even Rakugo being a classical Japanese art, you don't have to be Japanese to enjoy it at all. This manga worries a lot about introducing new topics and concepts in a fun, digestible way. And even if you don't feel interested at first, the characters of this manga will basically make you stay for the journey. And that's where we'll head now. Oh my god, guys, the characters of this manga are just built different. They feel very real and very cartoonish at the same time, but in the best way possible. Like our main character, for example, Akane. Akane is one of the most interesting protagonists I have ever seen. We understand that she is kind of a prodigy on Rakugo, but the way that she behaves and her motivations and struggles show you clearly that she is different. To me, she is the embodiment of all the greatest characteristics of a protagonist. At the same time that she is a humble prodigy, she is very naive and always learns something new that she actually uses in her life, as we see her doing it dozens and dozens of times. Once in a while, I say that character development is one of my favorite things, and on this manga you can clearly see that happening, not only with Akane, but even with characters that in theory are fully developed, like the masters of the schools of Rakugo, for example. Even they evolve in an interesting way, and the author of the series understood how to do that while giving the readers an amazing, compelling, and even relatable experience. The way that we get different points of view really help us to understand all the characters and their complexities. It's like every character has a lot of layers, but these layers are visible. You don't struggle to understand them. Watching everything from Akane's perspective is just enjoyable and bright. Even in problematic situations, her worldview is so interesting that all the characters that are already captivating become even more fascinating. So if I didn't convince you with the plot and the characters, I have this last secret weapon. Pacing. The pacing of Akane Banashi is just something out of this world, guys. The manga nowadays has a little bit over 100 chapters, and the way that the time passes and the characters develop is very satisfying. The author really allows the story to breathe. It's a sweet spot between a casual story and an energetic plot. By the way that this manga is crafted, I can assure you that if you read just 5 chapters, you will end with 2 possibilities. A. You will straight up love this series, yeah, right off the bat. Or B. You will just feel uninterested by it, cause literally hating on Akane Banashi is something that I cannot picture at all. This manga, in my opinion, is created for people who actually love manga. Akane Banashi is a different breed of story, and is definitely one of the most special modern mangas around. This manga opens your eyes about something very unique, something that in a lot of shonen mangas we don't clearly see it. Akane Banashi shows you that the grinding to achieve the highest levels is hard. It's very hard, but it is very fun too. If you put your mind into something, you'll have a goal, but if you put your heart into something, you'll have a journey. Akane Banashi is the journey of one of the best characters ever created. You will feel joy, you will feel anger, you will laugh a lot, but above all, you will feel inspired. So if you want a story that will captivate you with quirky, amazing characters and a flawless pacing, you have to read this piece. Not only will you learn about the traditional Japanese art, but you'll have a blast doing so. Akane's vision is one to be inspired by, so give this manga a try, please. You will not regret it. And that's it for today, guys. Leave a like and subscribe if you liked the video. Keep grinding, keep pursuing what you love, just like Akane, and of course, keep reading manga. Bye!